Hello guys, welcome back to Beyond the Realms, and today I'm going to be reviewing the latest film from Ahlbrandt entitled The Cemetery. Now, in case you didn't see my review for Adam's previous film, Crossbearer, you will know that I'm a big fan of that film. I've really liked it. And since the review, I've actually watched it again and liked it even more a second time. So I've really been looking forward to seeing this film. It doesn't have an official DVD release yet. They are running into some problems. There's been some issues going on with an investor and things like this, but they're confident that the film will get put out there and will get released at some point, hopefully, sometime down the road this year. The film was showing at Days of the Dead recently here in Indianapolis. I did not get a chance to see that, unfortunately. But Natalie Jean, that plays in the film, I contacted her, and she graciously let me check out a copy of this film. So I very much appreciate that, Natalie. So to get down to it, the cemetery tells the story. It starts off with a prologue in 1671 Pennsylvania. Where church members are tormenting and torturing these people who are allegedly possessed. And it shows this with a voiceover going on. It's showing people being tormented and tortured. And, apparently there's speculation on whether these people were ever possessed at all. And it's possible that these people from the church are just doing this to get off on their own sick fantasies. And then we jump to present day time, and we are met up with a ghost hunting team called the Ghost Seekers, led by a guy named Bill, who are going into the woods with a medium named Sandra. They're going to go into the woods where this stuff actually happened to see if they can, find any paranormal activity. And of course, when they get there, they run into all kinds of crazy stuff happening with possession and demons and, all kinds of wickedness and gore. And that's really your story of the cemetery. Now, the prologue of this film, how it started off, the look of it, and the feel of it at the beginning was very awesome. It definitely got off on the right foot. I love the look. The people from the church are all in these robed outfits. There's some gore going on. Just really cool. I like the way the voiceover sound, the way it was done. Everything just really worked. And then from there, it cuts into like the title card sequence, and it's got some brutal death metal playing over top of it. Now, I am a death metal fan. I listen to death metal quite frequently, actually. But I got to admit that this was a little weird. It was totally unexpected with the tone that was being set there at the beginning. I just didn't really feel that it worked too well. It would have worked better with a score type music over top of this, I think. Just me personally, I don't know, it just didn't work. Like, there's, when they get in the car, when the people get in the car and they're going to the place to where they're going to do the ghost hunt, they're listening to death metal in that part too, and I think that works a little bit better because you would expect the characters to be listening to music, at that point. So, that right there was just kind of odd, I thought, right out of the gate. And another problem that I had is some of the dialogue and situations that these characters do here in the beginning, as they're leading up to the point of leaving, is just extremely juvenile. I mean, there's really, that's really the only way I know how to put it. There's a character named Tim in this that, I mean, I know he's put in there for comic relief and, little chuckles, little laughs here and there, but I thought he was an extremely annoying character and really just ruins every scene that he's in. I mean, I just did not like that character at all. It didn't work. And from there it kind of sets off a chain reaction within the story where, you've got these cheesy comedic moments that doesn't really work. And then the film gets serious, and then all of a sudden it gets cheesy, doesn't work again, and then serious. It's a very uneven tone to the first half of this film that I think the film would have been suited so much better without that cheesiness to it, because I don't know. It's either serious or you're going to have that cheesiness to it. You know what I mean? Like I think the tone should have been picked and stuck with throughout instead of it just being like this. It was just so much, and it affected the film. And the film also relies a little bit too much on the sex factor, I think. Now, again, I love boobs just as much as the next guy, but I think there's too many points where the film relies on that. That was part of, what I, was criticized in the Crossbear. Some of the sex elements is too much, but in that film, it fit with how the story was, of a killer that's avenging for God, for the Bible. And this one, it doesn't work so much. It's just still relying a little bit too much on that. But as the story goes along, when you get to about the halfway point and the possessions start to happen, the film really hits its stride then. And I think the second half of this film was without question stronger than the first half. And not just because, gore starts happening, possessions are happening. I mean, of course, that's great. But just the story and movie in general works better. It hits its stride. It hits a serious tone that it should have had throughout the film, I felt. And the whole film would have been elevated a lot more if that would have been the case. I really like Natalie Jean as Andrea. Once again, she turns in an awesome performance. I thought she was the strongest part of Crossbear, and she's also probably the strongest part in this one. Now, the acting overall is a little bit better in Cemetery than it was Crossbear. I also liked the character of Bill. I thought he did very well. He was probably the most together out of anybody in the story, I thought. I really liked him. There's great gore effects in this. Really great gore effects and plenty of gore, especially like when it hits about the halfway point. There's a lot of gore, and I love that the demon possession stuff, when it starts happening during the day. I thought that was really awesome. Now, of course, it does lead into nighttime, and a lot of this stuff takes place at night, but the initial possessions take place during the day, and I thought that was really cool. There's some really cool scenes that happen during the day. And there's a really cool demon evisceration scene where a demon is just ripping this person apart in their stomach and ripping out their guts and intestines. And it goes on, and it works, and it's just awesome. I mean, usually you see something like that and it'll just happen and it'll be over. Well, this one just keeps going and going. I thought that was a really cool scene. But overall, guys, The Cemetery is a good film. I think when this gets a DVD release, I think it's going to definitely have a fan base. I think people that like Adam's work is going to be very pleased with this. I think a lot of people that liked Crossbear is going to like this, and he's probably also going to find some new fans for this because it is quite different from Crossbear, despite there being some similarities. I think Adam's greatest strength is he knows how to make a film. He knows how to shoot a film, edit a film together. He has all of those really great elements, and the look to his films between Crossbear and this is just amazing. I mean, it truly looks like he has a huge budget with just the look of the film, despite the films having low budgets. I think that's definitely one of the strengths. I think that's definitely why he has a future in this. I just think in the writing department and in the dialogue and some of the story elements, I think needs to be worked on in future films, I think. And, I think he could really make a masterpiece. I mean, being completely honest. I mean, he has all of the elements right there within his grasp to make a really, really great horror film, I think, that could be memorable and really get a lot of buzz. So, Adam, I commend you, man, for making this film. Thanks to both of you, to Adam, to Natalie, to everybody involved for sharing this film with me. Guys, I'm going to give this film a 6.5 out of 10. I thought about like a 7, but Crossbear is one I gave a 7. I like Crossbear just slightly better. But again, Crossbear is a film I've already seen twice. I think with multiple viewings of this, I'll like it even more. And like I said, mainly for that second half of the film where it's just really strong and there's some really awesome scenes in this. So yeah, guys, I hope you guys get to check it out soon. I will keep you updated here on Beyond the Realms in my news section as to when this film will be seeing the light of day for the public as far as a DVD release goes. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. I appreciate you all watching, guys. Have a good one.